You ready, Mansa?
I'm ready, let's go.
Should we be more bubbly?
Are you going to go first?
Yeah, I'll read.
Eldest first, yeah? I'm very well mannered.
Okay.
Why are you bringing Islam here? Do you want Sharia law in Australia? Do you? What are you doing to this country? You're destroying our culture.
Why am I bringing Islam here? Like, I'm not really. I was born here. You were born here as well.
I was born here, my parents were born here, my grandparents were born here.
There is a mosque which is 146 years old, you know, so Islam and Muslims have been here for a long period of time.
Some people just don't understand why I would want to convert. They just can't understand why I would want to give up some of the things that they enjoy. I mean, the truth is I wasn't giving up much because my just internal personal beliefs aligned with a lot of Islamic teachings anyway.
As far as Sharia law is concerned, most people think that Sharia has all to do with criminal punishments.
They say they have Sharia law in some Muslim countries, you know, and the stoning to death and the you know, public beheadings and honour killings, but they practice it based on culture. We're actually taught as Muslims that whatever country that you live in, you have to abide by the laws of that country.
When I look at those atrocities, I and most Muslims don't think it's Islam at all.
The criminal punishments are only a tiny, tiny section of the Sharia, and in fact they're not practiced in most Muslim countries.
The word Sharia means a divine constitution by which a person lives.
It covers everything from personal behaviour, like what you wear, what you eat, how you behave towards other people.
In essence, like every Muslim who follows the Islamic rules or principles is already following Sharia. So the idea that it's going to be implemented as a forceful thing on people that aren't Muslim or don't follow Islam, then is kind of ridiculous.
Because I've lived overseas in Arab countries, I feel like sometimes they're worse off over there. They're more oppressed over there. And that's why it's better for us, like as Muslims, to live in a country like Australia and just follow the Australian law.
As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing in Australian law which stops me from being a good Muslim, and there's nothing in Islam which stops me being a good Australian.
Oh, why don't men have to cover up like women?
Well, aren't we both covered up?
Pretty much covered up.
It is a little bit unfair.
It is, actually.
Actually, you hardly ever see a burqa in Australia.
Okay, let's just get this straight. A burqa is what they were in Afghanistan, so the whole covering, even the eyes and everything. So this is actually just the niqab. It's called a niqab, and then there's the hijab underneath.
Because I grew up in Australia, I never wore a hat or a scarf or anything else, and I don't see why I should.
Most of the women across the world wear it out of choice.
I think often the suggestion that like the niqab or the hijab is a forced thing on women, it comes from the outside of the religion, and I think it's a way for people to dismiss the agency of 800 million Muslim women.
They think that we wearing headscarf because of our husbands make us to wear it, or because of our parents.
I was the first one in the family that started to wear it, and it was a big sort of shock to all my aunts and uncles. It was like, oh my God, how's she going to work? How's she going to study? Is she going to be confined in the four walls of her home?
My dad really against it, and he was against my mum wearing headscarf, but we still do it anyway.
They want to wear it as a dedication or to their faith, as do men, you know, who decide to grow beards.
The face covering is not compulsory. In order for us to reach a higher level of paradise or be closer to God, we have to struggle. Because nobody says it's easy, obviously.
I think it sends a message that Muslims are somehow foreign, not part of the Australian society, and don't want to be part of Australian society.
We get people ask questions, you wear the headscarf, like, is it because, like, you're not smart? You're dumb? Yeah.
I know, I went shopping and this has never happened to me before, and the lady just didn't serve me. She must have thought I don't speak any English.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to be rude to her. I don't know.
Nowadays in Australia, you know, people see women in niqab and they're threatened, they're afraid of them. They think, oh, she's a terrorist or she's out to rob a bank, you know. So,
She's oppressed or something.
oppressed or something, yeah.
Like I was in the lift in IKEA and the little boy said to his mum, Mum, why is she dressed like a ninja?
Ladies nowadays who do cover themselves, they feel that they are free when wearing the head cover. This is how they express their freedom.
We as women who are covered, we always have to make the first step.
To break down those stereotypes.
We have to break the stereotypes straight away. That's what we mean by struggle.
That's the struggle.
Right.
What's the deal with all the beards? Mine looks cool, I think, but...
Get out of metaphor.
All the guys are wearing beards these days. What's the big deal?
It's actually a trend now.
We can't afford razors, actually. So, no.
Well, if you're a fundamentalist, it's definitely more than cool to have a big beard. The bigger and bushier, the better.
For men, for them to grow a beard is part of their hijab. And hijab is also lowering your gaze, lowering your voice, the way you deal with people day to day. So it's not just in terms of clothing.
The Taliban used to have a rule that your beard had to be so long, didn't they?
You had to have it in your fist and it could stick out
That's
the
right.
bottom.
You
or
would have
something.
been in big trouble.
I would have kicked out early. Yeah.
There are certain personalities in history that we admire. For example, Prophet Abraham, Prophet Moses, Prophet Jesus, Prophet Muhammad. We try to mimic them. We try to resemble them in every aspect of life.
It's pretty impressive, some of them. Like, you know, Hashim Amla, the South African cricketer. I think that's pretty impressive. So some great cricketing beards.
I would grow a bigger beard if I could, but I can't match these beards, so they don't come out.
You've got Malay ancestry, that's why.
I want to emulate, the prophets. I definitely want to look like Imam as well. And,
That's not a possibility.
Muslim men traditionally grow a beard, but there's no obligation to do so.
I don't like men with the beads. I keep telling them, oh, shave. Because it's so tickle.
Indeed, there are challenges with this. Many a times when I'm walking down the street with my wife, many times people say to my wife, take care of your father. So I look much older. I will tolerate that because at the end of the day, I am looking like the person that I idolize.
That's 7th century fashion. You know it's good if it's stuck for 1400 years.
Next question. Do you secretly agree? Oh my goodness, how can somebody even ask this question? Do you secretly agree with terrorists?
Oh my God, that is too funny.
No, we never ever agree with terrorists.
sorry.
If we do, it's going to be a secret, isn't it?
What a silly question.
No, that's the answer.
The majority of people that are killed by terrorism are Muslims.
Yeah.
Look at the countries they've destroyed. Look at Syria, look at Iraq, look at, all those Middle Eastern countries. They were beautiful. It's the Muslims who are copying it a lot from these terrorists.
It's hard to imagine how people can be capable of doing some of the sort of things that happen over there. You've really got to have your mind twisted to convince someone to do like suicide bombings, that sort of thing.
The modern terrorists, the Muslim extremists, what they're doing to people is horrific. It's repulsive. And I don't think any sane-minded human being, including Muslims, will agree with them.
Where a non-Muslim person commits a criminal act, his religion is almost never mentioned. It's only Muslims who get their religion put up in lights and blamed for whatever they've done.
So you see this image today. So this is very similar to Osama bin Laden. Let me make it very clear. So he used to wear a cap, he used to wear a beard. We have to replace it with the image of your neighbor, your colleague, a friend that you know that is a Muslim.
We focus so much on the Middle East and the terrorists and the big boogeyman because the West has to always be scared of something.
If you make a
We need a
study
bad
of
guy.
Hollywood films, you'll see that the villains have changed over the years. At one stage, the Germans were the villains, and then it was the communists. Now it's Muslims, because that's just the popular villain.
If all the people, if all humanity can come together and defeat the ideology by our unity, we will defeat these people.
I think we're sick of being the popular villains. It's time for someone else.
Do you look at non-Muslim women and think they are, I don't even want to say that word to be honest.
What?
Do you look at non-Muslim women and think they are lewd, slutty or inappropriate?
I don't think so. I don't think that way.
No.
No, definitely not.
Absolutely not.
To be honest, I'm jealous actually. Because I've been covering up since I was 12.
One of my closest friends doesn't wear the headscarf. She'll come over in the shortest sort of, shorts and low sort of neckline. And I respect her and I love her for who she is.
Especially during, like when you're 17, 18, and then the girls start wearing, cute stuff, and then they do something with their hair or something. It's a little bit jealous, actually.
Yeah, well, most of my family are non-Muslim anyway, so I certainly don't look down on them.
Look, we are all, at the end of the day, we are all human beings, but it is against even the religious teachings that we look at anyone with disrespect.
We try not to ever judge anyone. Like, we don't look at the women and go, oh, look what she's wearing, and, because what are they thinking of us?
If a lady is covered in a way that is not modest, it is God Almighty who's going to make the judgment, and He's the one who knows what is in the heart.
Have you ever been abused because you're a Muslim?
Yes, only when wearing a scarf. and I've actually been assaulted.
Physical, no, but verbal, you'll always have people saying, you know, go back to where you came from.
Which is very funny.
Which is very funny.
I've been receiving hate mail since 2011. Online stuff ever since I painted Waleed Ali in the Archibald Prize. And yeah, he just seems like a perfectly reasonable guy, but that seemed to tick people off.
People abuse and use lewd language, bad language in the mosque mailbox.
I remember we went shopping. I don't know if you remember, we were in the plaza and this lady came out with her shopping trolley, an older lady, and she said, oh, they've even come to our area now. What are they doing here?
But overall, I believe my experience in Australia is positive. You know, I love this country, love the people of this country, and I don't think Australians as such are hostile towards any faith.
My husband was a Muslim. He came to Australia in 1955. We never had any problems at all. No one abused us, no one was insulting until after 9/11. And then you started to get a rise in Islamophobia, and particularly against women, because women are identifiable.
I think the minute we start to speak, it's like they take a second take, like, hang on, did that voice just come out from under there? So, yeah, we've got that confidence and that ability, being fifth generation, that, oh, yes, we can throw back the answers and responses that they need.
What about you? Oh, no.
No one knows that I'm Muslim, so.
Exactly, right.
I think the biggest judgment I get is people assuming that I converted because I married my wife, when in fact I converted before I met her.
When we do go to the shopping centres, there may be couples that will approach us and say, where are you from? Why do you wear this? And then it gives us the opportunity to speak to them, to break the barriers. I found majority of the people, they will pass a smile. They will say, good luck, stick to your guns.
And not literal guns, by the way, you know, just, just imaginary guns.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Okay, so no sex before marriage, no bacon. What bits of your religion would you change?
If you can close your ears, I'll tell the truth.
None.
Yeah, that's a simple answer.
I think bacon.
She's really curious about bacon.
I think all the laws that have been put there have been put there for a reason. They've been put there for protection. They've been put there for self-control.
Bacon has really strong smell, right? So, oh, geez, that's... I know, right? Damn it.
No sex before marriage. Mamsa, can you elaborate on that?
Muslims get asked a lot, you know, no sex before marriage, but if you study all the faiths, it's actually for all faiths. So it's not just Muslims.
Not having sex before marriage, it is for the greater good. So you wanna keep yourself pure for your wife, and you expect the same from your wife.
I have a personal issue with the concept of sin. Like, sin doesn't sit well with me, and yeah, rules, you know, it's more like guidelines.
I think everyone breaks the rules sometimes.
Everyone breaks the rules sometimes.
Yes, well, I'd have to confess that morning prayer is not my favourite by any means.
And you're supposed to get up, have your hearty morning meal at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then pray. It messes with your stomach sometimes.
When it comes to these compulsory orders, for example, the establishment of 5 daily prayers, there has to be a very mighty and a strong reason for this person not to establish that prayer.
Sometimes you just kind of pretend that you don't hear the alarm. And when you wake up, you kind of lie to yourself and say, oh, we slept through again. Oh.
This is a safe space for me to say that I don't wake up to pray. Absolutely not. And when is it okay to break the rules? I break them every day.
It'd be nice to have a rare steak. I don't think I've ever eaten a rare steak before.
We never
when you can see
had
the blood
one.
coming out.
Because we're Muslim, we can't eat blood. And then the chef was like, are you sure, guys? We're writing the menu, are you sure, guys?
I believe, look, every curse has a blessing, every blessing has a curse, and we've got to train ourselves to see the blessing in every curse. Self-discipline, self-control, all of that. It's in your teachings and everyday practices that you do.
It's never okay to break the rules, but we do it anyway. So.
Yeah, but not often.
Not that often.
Not that often.
Can I shake a woman's hand if she's wearing a burqa? Don't try it.
It would be unwise because she's probably very particular about not coming into physical contact with men.
Women and men in Islam, we can't touch each other skin through skin.
There's no cross-gender handshake.
Yeah, we don't...
Whether you wear the niqab and whether you're in the scarf, the female doesn't shake hands with the male and the male doesn't shake hands with the female.
Yeah.
I personally shake hands with women. I don't find... I don't personally find it problematic, but there are a lot of girls, a lot of ladies I know, Muslim ladies, who don't want to shake hands, and they don't necessarily wear a burqa, but they don't want to shake hands.
I mean, I just went to buy a car, like, you know, a few months ago, and the guy came, like, he saw me, face covering all. He's like, hi, how are you going? And the team leader of the men's goes, no, wrong. Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologise for my employee. Like, he felt bad. I said, oh no, there's no problem.
Is if they extend their hands, take it. But if they don't, then respect their signal not to touch you.
I wouldn't think that by shaking your hands and I will straight away like falling in love with you, or like straight away like I want to be with you or something.
It's perfectly fine. It's their choice, you know.
At the comfort of the person.
Yeah.
It's been scientifically proved, if not, told by God, is that men are visual. If they see a lady, then they can get attracted very easily.
You should only touch the skin of your husband or a family member because maybe it's paranoia, but you don't want a guy to have uncontrollable desires by touching your skin. It's very strict.
No, sorry.
No handshake.
Can't handshake.
How can you justify your treatment of women?
I can go on and on about that.
This is once again, that preconceived notion that Muslims somehow treat their women badly.
Yeah, it perpetuates that stereotype that Muslim men are violent, misogynist, and that Muslim women don't have any agency and don't really have a say.
For God's sake, Muslims have elected female presidents.
Islam actually gave women rights 1400 years ago for voting, for ownership, land ownership, marriage. She does have a right to divorce.
As a Muslim man, I'm obliged to share my wealth with my wife and kids religiously, by faith. But if a woman works, then all her money is hers.
The husband has no right over her income, over her assets. It is solely for her.
There's a proverb, I'll try to translate it, but they say that it's very rare to find a man that is not under his wife's thumb. So
I'm the boss at home.
Yeah. How can you justify your treatment of me?
And there are many, many verses in Quran which express equality between men and women.
our Prophet has said that paradise lies under the feet of the mother. The Prophet said the best person amongst you is that person that is good to his wife.
It's only in some countries where culture has made a difference, where women generally are treated badly.
And those societies are patriarchal. Whether they were Muslims or not, they would behave in exactly the same manner.
The idea of Islam subjugating women, I think, is wrong entirely. Islam doesn't subjugate women, men subjugate women.
Because they're not actually implementing the proper Islam, they're not getting their rights, there's forced marriages, honour killings, female circumcision. We can go into a heap of just, and a lot of it's got to do with culture.
It's misogyny, that's the common thread all around the world.
Women's rights in the West is 150 years old, and as late as 1960s or 50s, there were women's rights movements. And unfortunately, Muslims have gone back. We had our lightened ages when Europe was in dark ages, when women had rights. It's gone down the shit creek, and we need to pull it out.
Imams in particular, those who are preaching, who are running services, I think they do need to do more to promote women's rights and to promote equality.
Yes.
I think Islam needs to catch up to the modern world.
Did you get targeted at airports?
Yes,
Yeah, you do.
I did.
Randomly picked.
Randomly every time.
My name's Abdul Hamid bin Ibrahim bin Abdullah, and I think that matches with about 1,000 people on their wanted list.
Quite likely.
Once I did say, is random written on my forehead.
I was in New York a couple of weeks ago, and I just ended up in 3 hours sitting in an office by myself. They asked about my military history, and I said I don't have any of. And the same thing happened at Heathrow the first time I went.
If somebody does stop you, or he stops you each time, there's nothing to be worried about. At the end of the day, we've got nothing to hide, number one. And it's for the safety of the country, and this is our motherland.
It's understandable to say, okay, let's try and check as many Muslims as we can. Because these things are happening from people who look visibly Muslim. So I don't find it like, oh, why are they targeting me, or, what's under my scarf or whatever. It's the fear of the unknown.
But it's not just airports, it's everywhere. They're mentioning your name, even renting a house, having a Muslim name, if it's a private rental especially, it can be an issue. It has been an issue for me in the past, where I've called up, explained to them, had a great conversation, and then at the end of the conversation told them my name, and they said, oh, actually, I'm sorry, the house is gone, and then called back half an hour later saying my name is Daniel and the house is available.
I've got a doctor in my congregation, a very well-known doctor in our community. So one of the patients said to him that you are such a good person, yet you are a Muslim. They can't bring Islam or a Muslim and good in one sentence.
But look, I think it's a bigger question, what sort of a country do we want to be as Australians? Do we want to marginalize and be afraid of every new people who come here? Do we want to be afraid of Japanese in Second World War? Do you want to be afraid of Greeks and then Italians, then Vietnamese, then Asians, and then Muslims? Do you want to be a country like that? Or do you want to be a country where you get to know your neighbor, get to know fellow Australians, know about their culture, learn good things about their culture and teach them good things about your culture, and then build a nation which has got good from everything and bad from nothing?
Well done. It's everything.
Yay!
Did well.
I think we did good, Jamil. I think we answered
Well, I
okay
hope
on the
so.
show. Yeah, we'll see how they cut it together. We get a call from AGA tomorrow.
Well done, boys.
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
No worries, you take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You were a lot of fun.